What's going on, y'all? Christian Hannah Horror here, and today on Surviving the Sequels, we're talking about Phantasm 2. Alright, so we better get started before any more spheres head my way. First reason you guys need to watch Phantasm 2 is a glossy production. The original Phantasm is absolutely fantastic, and one special reason is because it is a well-produced movie with a low budget. That's the magic of Don Coscarelli. This guy was younger than me when he made this movie. I'm 26, he was 25. That just blows my mind how good of a director this guy was at such a young age. But the nice thing about Phantasm 2 is you had a good director making a good produced movie with a low budget, so giving him a little bit more money just gives Don Coscarelli more toys to play with and knows how to use them. The glossy production on Phantasm 2, all it does is better the effort of this movie. Sometimes when you give a director too much money or you give a production company too much money, it overtakes the film and everything just tries to look too nice. But in Phantasm, they gave him $3 million. Now that's a lot of money to you and me. In the world of film, that's still considered low budget, kind of. But in the day, it was typical horror movie money. And Don Coscarelli was able to take a $3 million film and quite honestly make it look like $20 or $30 million in my opinion. That glossy production really just pushes the envelope and the quality just rises to the top in Phantasm 2. It's definitely the best looking film in the franchise in my opinion. The second reason you guys need to watch Phantasm 2 is it's an undercover creature feature. One of the coolest scenes in the movie right off the bat starts in the beginning, a second after Phantasm 1 ends. Reggie starts opening cabinets and all of a sudden he opens up a drawer and one of the Phantasm minions jumps out on him. Immediately we get to see a revelation in the movie that you never saw in the first one, a glimpse of what they look like. Now the special effects in this movie are great, all practical, all classic horror movie effects, and these little minions are creepy looking. And they also take creepy appearances of family members as you'll see in this movie. There's also some incredible scenes where Michael's girlfriend has that worm monster thing come out of her back. It is one of the most horror-inducing scenes I've ever seen in a horror movie, but it screams 80s horror. It is probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen in a horror movie. Just for something to come out of her back like that was just really hard to watch, but a beautiful special effect done in this movie. There's a lot of great things that just make it insane, but it's an undercover creature feature. There's a lot of creepy things going on in this movie and a lot of great special effects makeup pieces. The third reason you guys need to watch Phantasm 2 is none other than the great Reggie. I've got my flannel on like he wears in Phantasm 2. Reggie is an unsung hero. He is an underground horror movie hero. That's the best way to put him. Reggie is a chainsaw-wielding, bald-headed, ice cream vending monster. That's the only way to put it. If Rambo or Rocky or Stallone, if you will, ever did a horror movie, I think it would have been Phantasm 2 because Reggie gets to drive cool cars, gets to shoot flamethrowers with Mike, gets to chainsaw doors down. It's awesome. Throws little minions down the stairs. There's a lot of great stuff going on in Phantasm 2. I almost want to call this an action horror movie or a horrific action movie, however you want to call it, because there's a lot of fast-paced stuff going on, a lot of people running, a lot of gunning, a lot of fighting. Phantasm 2 does not pull back any punches, and I mean that literally. The fourth reason you guys need to watch Phantasm 2 is elements of heaven and hell. If you want to scare me down to my deepest core, show me a priest being in fear of somebody, specifically the tall man. That just makes me so uneasy. It's like you've got God and then you've got the devil. And in a movie like this, I equate the tall man to being like the devil. And the devil is in charge this whole movie and winning this whole movie. It's just creepy and freaky and puts me at unease. There's also great scenes with the cathedrals and the mausoleums, and it's just so religious and creepy. Anything religion, especially that old Catholic look, just scares me. It's got a creepy vibe to it. And this movie has that element there. It's twice as prominent in this movie than it was in the first one, although the first one did a very good job at it too. But once again, Phantasm 2 with a glossier production shows the creepy side of heaven and hell. The fifth reason you guys need to check out Phantasm 2 is James LeGros. That's right. So we lost Michael Baldwin in this movie. The studio wanted a working actor and he hadn't been acting in a few years. But leave it to Don Coscarelli to find the right guy for this movie. James LeGros had a fantastic rapport with Reggie in this movie. They got along so well and it wasn't forced. You really felt like they were buddies. It's blaringly obvious that it's not Michael Baldwin when you watch the film. But James LeGros, you take to him very quickly. Another credit to Don Coscarelli, a guy who just knew how to cast. Did you know that Brad Pitt actually auditioned for this role? All of these big famous actors eventually want to do a horror movie every now and again. While Michael A. Baldwin returns to his role in this movie for the later sequels, don't overlook James's performance as Michael. He does a fantastic job and still kind of brings himself to the character. You wouldn't expect Michael Baldwin to portray the character the way he was portrayed in part 2, the way James did, but you still accept it very well. At least I do. I think he did a fantastic job, and I love the scenes with him and Reggie. They're funny, they get along great, and you cheer for both of them, not just Reggie. Reggie's an easy guy to cheer for because he's been there since the beginning, but James' portrayal of Michael is fantastic. I like him just as much as Michael Baldwin. So there you go, guys. That's 5 reasons you need to watch Phantasm 2. My opinion, it's the best in the series. The first is incredible, but 2 just pushes it a little bit further. A glossier production, but done right. Great acting, a great Michael, even though we had to lose Michael Baldwin, a scary tall man as always, and it's an undercover creature feature, an 80s horror festival of fright, whatever you want to call it. It's great, it's 80s, but it's still Phantasm, which is what we want. So there you go, guys, Phantasm 2. Hopefully I can sway you guys to watch this movie. If you haven't seen it, please be sure to check this movie out. I've actually got the Well-Go USA box set, but you can also find this on Scream Factory or get a DVD. Check the description. I'll put some links on Amazon where you can find those movies through my Amazon affiliate links. Until next time, this is Christian Henna Horror saying, bye.